Hare Krishna, everyone. Before we move into today's practice, I want to pause here and respond to some of the messages, questions, and experience many of you have shared with me over the last couple of days. So, I want you to listen to this part very gently, not as instructions, not as something you need to do, but as something you can simply receive. Yeah. So, many of you wrote to me, and we had the poll in the chat where most of you were quite happy. That's good. But some of you did feel heavy, irritated, emotional, confused, angry. So, and some of you even texted me. I thought I was supposed to feel better, and I was supposed to feel positive because I'm feeling very negative about a situation. And I want to say this very clearly and very lovingly. You're not supposed to feel anything in particular. This journey is not about feeling good. It's not about feeling calm. It's not about feeling spiritual or positive or light or peaceful. If it's happening, great. But this journey is mainly about just noticing. That's it. When we start inner work, we often carry an unconscious expectation. If I'm doing the right practices, I should feel better by now. Or if I'm doing the right thing, why am I getting angry? For those of you who can relate to me, people always say, like, you do so much of chanting and and meditation. Why are you so angry still? It's like maybe if I didn't do any of it, I may not appear angry, but the anger was still there in me, suppressed somewhere, and maybe I would have been even more angry. Who knows? It has nothing to do with me chanting or not chanting. However, because I'm chanting, probably these emotions are coming up and I can observe them. I can take a note of them and try to work on them rather than being blissfully unaware that it even exists in me. So, would you rather know that you have a tumor or some sickness inside you? Or would you rather be blissfully ignorant till it goes beyond repair and causes destruction? Yeah. So, but awareness does not work like that. Awareness works by revealing what's already existing. So, if you're feeling negative, it's okay. So, when sadness comes up, it does not mean the practice is failing, it means the practice is working. When anger surfaces, it does not mean you're regressing, it means something that was held quietly inside is finally feeling safe enough to show itself. So, when nothing happens and you feel blank or numb, that too is something to notice. So there is no correct emotional state we are trying to achieve here. Okay, there's nothing to achieve. You are not supposed to be feeling positive. The yesterday's activity could have got a little confusing when I said, try to give a different meaning to it. That doesn't mean you deny your own feeling, okay? You can give a different meaning, and it was just an attempt for your own peace. But if whatever you're feeling is your authentic feeling, yeah, and that is very important. To stay with your feeling, notice and use your process journal. Just write down, I expected this, this is what I felt, and what positive meaning could I give it? And if it's not happening, it's not happening. Just chuck it. It doesn't have to work for you. Yeah. And some of you even asked that I missed a day, I couldn't do the exercise properly, I feel like I'm falling behind. You're still on the program. Very carefully listen to me. Even when you're not consciously doing the program, even if you missed the activity, the program is still doing something in you. Once you begin the process of self discovery, for you, it doesn't have to be daily 9 a.m. It can be 9 a.m. today and 9 p.m. 2 days later. Maybe your day extended that long. Maybe that activity was still not completed working. So you were automatically not guided to do the next activity. So it's life itself begins to respond. Okay. So the unconscious mind has already received the signal, and life has a strange way of continuing the work through conversations, through situations, through emotions, even discomfort. Yeah. So please don't punish yourself. This program is not about discipline in the harsh sense. It's about relationship with yourself. Yeah. Laugh when you forget, cherish when you remember, forgive yourself when things don't go perfectly. Okay. Perfection is not the goal here. Honesty is. Yeah. So another question I received was, I felt very disturbed yesterday. Does that mean something is wrong? No. Very often, disturbance is simply movement. Think of a pond. When it has been still for a very long time, everything settles to the bottom. The moment you stir the water, even gently, the mud rises. So it looks worse before it looks clear. But that does not mean the pond is broken. It means it is being cleaned. Yeah. So Water Week works exactly like this. And then some of you in the group, they marked that they were very angry, yeah, resentful or triggered. And it's okay. Let's normalize this. Many of us were taught directly or indirectly that certain emotions are just not acceptable, especially anger, irritation, and resentment. Itna gussa acha nahi hai. But emotions are not moral. They are not um, a judgment, like a benchmark of your character. They are your emotions, they are information. If something is emotionally affecting you, that is not a failure. That is an invitation to notice, why did this touch me? What story did my mind tell? What meaning did I give it? You just have to notice that, okay? Trying to change the meaning is the next level. We'll do it later. If you can't do it, let it be. But notice what meaning you gave it. That's all you're supposed to do. And today's practice is deeply connected to this one. So let me explain something very, very important. So when a situation affects you emotionally, the suffering does not come from the situation. It comes from the meaning you attach, the story you tell, and the belief that gets activated. So, two people can experience the same event and walk away with completely different inner worlds. So, this is why awareness is more powerful than positivity. Okay, so we are not trying to aim at positivity, we are trying to aim at awareness. We are not trying to force good feelings, we are learning to see clearly. Yeah. And I want to share something personal here. So, there was a time in my life when I went through a deep loss. I was very young, and there were many meanings I could have given to that experience. I could have lived in resentment, I could have lived in victimhood, and I did for quite a long time. And I could have lived in anger toward life. But over time, as I observed myself, I noticed something. That experience shaped my resilience. It shaped my sensitivity. It shaped my ability to sit with pain, mine and others. Now, I want to be very clear. This does not mean pain is good, okay? And it does not mean suffering should be justified. It simply means meaning matters and meaning can change. The same applies to everyday life. A parent correcting you, a colleague snapping at you, someone not responding the way you hoped. You can ask, is this about me or is this about what they are carrying? Yeah. Often people act not from strength, but from fear and insecurity. So, fear of being replaced, fear of being invisible, fear of not being enough. When you see this, something softens. You don't have to agree, you don't have to tolerate harm, but you no longer have to carry unnecessary emotional weight. So, it's like if somebody has hurt you, you don't have to tolerate, oh, let them hurt, I'm being very compassionate, I'll forgive them. You don't have to adjust, you don't have to forgive them. On the contrary, you can just move yourself away from them and still pray for them. Are you getting me? Forgiveness does not mean that I'm going to tolerate nonsense behavior of people. That is not what it means. Forgiveness simply means if I'm being disrespected, I'm going to step out and step back from that situation. I'm not being a part of this. At the same time, I'm not holding it against you. I understand it's your nature. I cannot adjust with this nature. That's all it is. Now, they may get triggered, they may get, you are being very selfish, whatever. You didn't do it for selfish reasons, you just did it for self love reasons. Like, you're protecting your peace, because you need a peaceful mind to chant, you need a peaceful mind to make progress, you need a peaceful mind to, you need to take care of yourself. Self love is most important, and tolerance does not mean you tolerate nonsense or agree with it, or you have to carry this emotional weight. You can just move out. So, this is why today is about energy zappers and energy juicers. Yeah. So, not to judge, not to cut people off impulsively, but to notice. Okay. Remember, notice. Notice is the thing that you're going to do. So, your body already knows, your nervous system already responds. Today, all you are asked to do is observe. Where does my energy go up? and where does it go down, and where it stays neutral. Okay, that's it. No fixing, no dramatic changes, just awareness. Yeah. And I want to end this opening with this reminder that you have committed to the journey, and that itself is an act of power. No matter where life takes you in the next 18 days, in ways you may not consciously understand, something is rearranging. Be kind to yourself, be patient, be curious. Water does not force its way, it flows. It doesn't even stop. Huh? It doesn't get, oh, there's a big boulder, let me stop here. It finds its way somehow. Maybe it's a little delayed, but it will always find its way because it always flows. Yeah. So today's affirmation is I'm moving into harmony with everyone and everything in my universe. So, what are you going to do today? Today, energy zappers and energy juicers. You're going to look first, evaluate, make a list of every person or everything or every place that zaps your energy, that just feels drained. So, for example, if going to a grocery store, it drains your energy. What you could do instead is look for delivery options, see if they can deliver it for you. If doing a household chore can drain your energy, you can delegate it to somebody, try and do it. Or like I do it, like sometimes I really don't have the heart to do cleaning in my house. So what I do instead, I love music, so I play on the music and I clean because I cannot delegate. I have to clean. Like 8 years I've lived on farm, and I had no house help, no help from people around. Like, of course, my partner and everybody would clean. As a family, we would work, but mostly, we had to get the work done. And when it was my turn to do the work, and I really hate such term, so I would play the music on instead. So that is where I'm diminishing the negative effect, the draining effect of that chore. Okay, same with people. Now you cannot throw people out of your life. Say your mother is zapping your energy, you cannot throw her out of your life. So what you can do instead is, okay, zap all you want. If they are complaining, okay, do one thing, let's go for a walk, and then you can complain everything. Okay, now I know this sounds a little impractical, our mothers may throw a flying chapel at us, but but it's better that find a way to distract yourself. Like while she's complaining, you can get some work done. If you're listening also, find a way to diminish its effect. Yeah. So before going to even that level, the first stage is to just notice who is zapping your energy, what is zapping your energy, which place is zapping your energy. And the second step is, now notice all the juicers in your life and find a way to do that more, or be with them more, or go to that place more often in every day, or at least in week. So suppose somebody, you really love talking to somebody, find a way that how you could do it every day, or more often. Or say going to a place really energizes you, put it in your schedule how you can manage to go to that place more often. Okay, you're not supposed to suffer, you're supposed to figure out your life and find ways around it. So notice people who zap, notice people who juice, and then once you've done noticing and once you're ready, then work on eliminating the zappers as much as possible, or at least their effects on you, and increasing the association with people who juice your energy up. Like, okay, so with that we are going to complete our day today. Wishing you all the best. This is What a Week. Remember, we allow awareness to flow, not to change or be worried about it. Okay, be gentle with yourself. Hare Krishna.